As we all know, there is a new Mass Effect coming. What we don't know, however, is who are we going to play as. This is a very difficult question to answer because BioWare hasn't given us any concrete information of what to expect. But what if we just theorized for a little bit and came up with ideas? Alright, so Commander Shepard is legendary, that's without a doubt. Ever since the first Mass Effect, BioWare managed to make you feel as if you were the commander, that it was your character. There are some canon choices throughout the game that prove that Shepard's story is his or her own, but most of us probably felt that we were the ones that made those choices. And of course, a hero is only ever as great as its villain, and Shepard's nemesis were, as we all know, the intergalactic cleanup squad, the Reapers. But what about Ryder? Well, Mass Effect Andromeda was off to a rocky start with all its visual bugs and animation issues.
It's really going to be something, isn't it?
Not only did it fall short on the technical side, but people were generally dissatisfied with the story and the romances. Ryder wasn't any better. Ryder's backstory wasn't really the issue, but rather the lack of a meaningful choice, or the lack thereof, when it came to Ryder's history, which was something you could choose for your version of Shepard in the original games. So here we have two choices, wherein one story and development was handled better from the start. We could in that aspect suspect that maybe Shepard would be the protagonist for the next story, as Liara finds Shepard's N7 insignia on a snowed over dead Reaper. But wait, Shepard is gone. We know as much from BioWare themselves. Mike Gamble said in an interview with PC Gamer a couple of years ago the following: "After this, Commander Shepard's story is complete. But that doesn't mean that Shepard's legacy is gone for good, as we could clearly see from the teaser." Alright, because of how the YouTube algorithm works, I'm just gonna have to butt in here for a few seconds and ask you to smash the like button, and hopefully this video reaches the stratosphere, and in turn it motivates me to make more Mass Effect content. Alright, let's continue. So do we really want to return to Ryder again? Well, BioWare might be able to make Ryder's story a more interesting journey going forward. Shepard's character development didn't end with Mass Effect 1, but it kept developing during Mass Effect 2 and 3. So by no means am I saying that Ryder's story is bad and should just be thrown in the trash can. However, it could prove difficult for BioWare in weaving a great story for a pre-made protagonist in a series that is so known for its ability to include the player into the universe. That was the charm of Mass Effect from the beginning up until the third game, where a lot of things in the universe seemed very glued to a specific thing, which slightly removed the player's involvement a bit. I know it did for me. What else could BioWare do? Well, introduce a completely new character to play, of course. We can tell from the clues in the Mass Effect 4 teaser that both the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies will be at play here, so Ryder's involvement in the story is pretty clear. The technology that Ryder managed to claim might be used to create a way to get back to the Milky Way, sort of like a mass relay but for galaxies. But how old will Ryder be by then? Or will he or she just be dead? So if Ryder is too old or dead, BioWare has to make a new playable character. Perhaps one where we can choose our character's background. There has been rumors spreading about a possible race-changing possibility, which says that we will be able to choose between several different races a la Dragon Age Inquisition. Now that would be very interesting and is something that I can definitely say that I personally want. But it might actually be easier to do than you would imagine. BioWare managed to incorporate race choice because of the relative human-like races there are in Dragon Age. Mass Effect also has human-like characters. We have Asari, Quarians, and heck, even Turians are pretty human, in a birdy sort of way. Which just gave me another idea. What if the Quarians have managed to acclimate to a new world, removing their needs for helmets and suits? We can presume that the game is going to take place several hundred years later because of Liara's wrinkles, so this would make perfect sense. I do, however, not believe that Hanar would be a playable race. That would just be weird and incredibly cumbersome to design. Alright, what do you guys think? Do you think we'll play as Shepard again, rebuilt sort of like Mass Effect 2? Or will we just return to the adventures of Ryder, playing as an older Ryder maybe? Or heck, let's just start from the beginning and play as a completely new character, where we can choose our race. What are your personal wishes? What would you want? Leave them thoughts down below. I read them all. And as always, thank you for watching.